Hey guys, Coach Bobby here from BC4 Performance. Want to thank you for checking in. This week we're going over Player of the Week, Week 10 of the 2023 NFL season. That's Robert Spillane, linebacker for the Raiders. And what we're going to go over is a run play and a pass play where he makes two big stops. One's a tackle on third down, which we see right here. The other one's going to be an interception late in the game. And it's going to be the fundamentals that he uses at the linebacker position in terms of the physical fundamentals, and then also the mental in terms of what is he reading and what does he use to diagnose the play quickly and react very fast and allow him to make these plays. So before we get started, guys, just want to say thank you again for checking in. Click the subscribe button because we're going to have new videos rotating in every single week. We go over different positions and different reasons, good and bad for players. So if you're a football player, regardless of the position you have, we're going to have a video for you. And if you have people that you want to see or video breakdowns, put them in the comments. All right, we'll try and work on that and keep bringing you new content all the time. So getting right into it, guys, we have a 3rd and 1 situation here. All right, so the play that we end up seeing Robert Spillane make is he's going to get in here and tackle Breece Hall. All right, but what he does from a fundamental standpoint that we see right here, all right, where he's circled in the middle, is what he's going to read is where do the linemen go? Okay, so what's their first movement, which he follows with his first step. So off their first movement, they start to go to his left, so he leans to the left. And then what he reads is he reads what the tackle does, all right? So Betkin right here crashes down, and then they're trying to squeeze here, and then the tight end on this side is going out. So instantly, all right, Spillane knows that the hole is going to be right down in here, all right? So what he does a really good job of is he has no false step. If we go down to his feet, his right foot, he's going to press off his right foot, he's going to move to the left, and then he's going to sink down and then be able to change direction very quickly once he sees where the action's going, okay? And then what he does a really good job of is now he knows, all right? If the play action, the linemen are trying to crash down in one direction, the tight end's blocking out the other way, they're trying to create a space, but now what they're going to do is because they crash down, the lineman is going to pull off and try to then wall him off and move up to the second level. That's what they try to do with run plays, obviously. They're going to take a lineman to crash down and then move up to the second level to take out the linebacker. But if we watch Spillane here, he knows that that's what's coming, and he dips that shoulder to get underneath that block, all right? So he does a really good job. He drops underneath that to fill into the hole, and then once he gets into the hole, he makes himself nice and wide. So maybe this isn't the perfect technique you'd be taught on the field, but in this situation, he sees that everybody else is blocked, so he needs to make himself as wide as possible to block up that hole, and then he'll get help from everybody else as they get off of those blocks. So does a very good job. He widens himself. He fills that hole. Now he's able to step up and make this tackle on Breece Hall, and then everybody else is able to come in and finish him off. All right, but right from the get-go, guys, really just impressive in the sense of, for him to read that action quick and then realize the lineman's coming and then dip that shoulder to get underneath, realizing he's coming from a taller position, he's going to try and push him down. So impressive play right there, not only from the mental but the physical standpoint. All right, the next play is going to be an interception that we have late in the game. All right, so what we're going to see here is the Raiders are going to be playing in cover 2. All right, and how do we know that's cover 2? What we're going to see here is the corners are facing in. All right, they're looking in at the quarterback, and you have both of these safeties outside of the seams. All right, so they're going to be covering on the outsides here. So the two safeties have these deep sections. Okay, the corners are going to have out here. All right, and then each of the linebackers is going to have a hole in here. Okay, middle, and then outside. All right, so for Robert Spillane right here, there's a few things he's going to diagnose. Okay, so he sees he has a 2-receiver set to this side, wide receiver and tight end. He has a 2-receiver set on this side, and we have a running back out of the backfield. So what he knows is that the main weakness of this defense is going to be this middle of the field. All right, so he should be the one that's floating backwards, and right off the snap, all right, he starts rotating. As soon as he sees the back go out this direction to the right, he starts moving to the right. Okay, so he knows what they're going to do is, in this sense, the corner is actually going to sit a little bit higher, and they're going to use this linebacker to now cover this lower flat section. So really what the defense turns into right off the snap is they're going to have corner out here. This linebacker is going to move to the middle. He's going to take this spot. This linebacker takes here. The corner takes here, this and this. All right, so we still have the middle of the field open, all right, but what he sees is he reads Zach Wilson's eyes right off the bat. So as he starts to move, he knows the tight end's going to peel into this middle of the field, but because Zach Wilson eyes that quick and then moves off of it, he doesn't hold him long enough to make him think he's going to go deep. Now he knows that there's going to be something that's going to come and try to sit right in between him and this other backer that's going to be now covering out to the flat. All right, so he knows the other weak point of the defense, if it's not going to be in the middle, it's going to be in between two players. All right, so really what they're trying to attack right off the ball is they're trying to get this backer to chase out here. They have the corner they know holding to the outside over here, and now if they attack in the middle, they're expecting him to drop back deep, and now what they're going to have is that the Allen Lazard is going to be able to sit right in this spot, so he thinks that this hole is going to be open. All right, in reality, it's obviously not. So what he does a good job of is he sees it, he floats to that position, but he reads those eyes, and he knows what's coming based off the fact that the back goes out, and then he's coming to the middle. So it's understanding what are you covering on your defense, and then what are the telltale signs right off the bat. All right, and I'm sure for those guys, they've seen this play before. They've seen this combination, so what he really saw, is knowing with the back on this side, that's probably how they're going to attack it. So the second that he sees this, he knows it's attack here, here, and right here. So he instantly reacts to it. He's able to cut it off, make the interception, and run it down the field. And the more impressive thing was the fact that he had a broken hand that was all wrapped up, and he was still able to make that interception because it's definitely not an easy thing. So, and what's also impressive is how far he has to travel for this. So he's over the guard on to Zach Wilson's left, and then he does a really good job of floating, reading those eyes, and then just making a perfect break on the ball to get right into that position. So just an impressive, two impressive plays, all right? Fundamental wise, it's very good, and it's also mental, and that's part of the game, guys, is that mental approach and knowing what your job is, and then understanding what is the other team going to try and do, to try and attack our weaknesses. We have to make sure we cover those up. So Robert Spillane, Week 10 of the NFL season, was our player of the week. So like I said, guys, click subscribe. We're going to have new videos every single week. And like I said, any comments about either different players or questions regarding this, please put it in there. Love to talk football and appreciate you guys checking in. Thank you.